those of you who've seen the breath cards, either some of the digital versions that you've been gifted or the physical pack that might have arrived with you, you're going to notice that most of the cards have a few drawings. Let me take you through these little drawings. So the first one, right at the top, this explains the breath flow, so literally the pattern of the breathing. The image is always a mirror image. So left on the card means you're left, right on the card means you're right. To be honest, that's only important when you see a nose and we use one nostril at a time. So this one, Chandra Bandhana, absolutely, it requires first breathing in through the left, it's a blue arrow going up, and then breathing out through the right, that's an orange arrow going down. Now, these instructions are written in the guidance, so you don't have to remember the key. But I think after a couple of goes with the cards, you will start to find that the drawing in the key, that actually gives you like a visual, almost instant impression of what the breath pattern is, meaning you don't have to read the words. So that's the first main drawing. And under here we've got often 3 little drawings. Sometimes it's a little different on each card, but the first one here is Asana. So that is the Sanskrit terminology for posture. And my little drawing here is most often a person sitting. Right. So that's because most of the breath is about a seated position. And you'll see one of the videos that shows you a little bit more about the principles of how to sit in both an alert, a stable, and a comfortable position for you. Occasionally you might see someone here lying down or something a bit different, but that's the reminder of the posture to be in for the breath. Next we use Mudra. Now, Mudra is the Sanskrit word for energy seal or energy lock. There are quite a lot of different mudras that exist. So, for example, we have hasta mudras, hand mudras. We have bandhas, which are kind of mudra locks inside the body, for example. And you actually have full body mudras. Most of the time for these cards, we're talking about hasta mudras, hand mudras. So you're just going to see a picture of a hand position. This one here is showing the hand with a couple of fingers in, 2 fingers out. And this mudra is here so that when we are using one nostril and then the other, we can block it. So for example, here we take the right hand, we take the thumb to block off the right nostril, and you can breathe in through the left. And then to breathe out through the right, you turn your hand, press the other nostril in very gently, and breathe out through the right. So that's what mudras are. The other little picture we have is Dristi. Dristi is about vision, gaze, direction, focus. And most often we associate that with the eye direction, eye gaze. Whenever you first meet a card, if you are not at all familiar with things like Mudra and Dristi, honestly, you can ignore them and let your hands rest gently, let your eyes be just closed without any specific focus. That is absolutely fine as you start meeting the breath and beginning your practice. And some breaths, like this one, my suggestion anyway, is to have the eyes simply closed. There are, however, some breaths where I'm encouraging you to explore different drishti points, such as eyes open and crossed over your nose, or having your eyes half open and pointing directly to the center of your forehead, which in the yoga traditions can be called like the third eye. And what's behind here is important glands like the pineal gland, and there seems to be some evidence that placing your attention here stimulates the gland and has really, really effective impact on your nervous system and your hormones. So you are welcome with the cards to follow precisely what the Mudra and Dristi are recommending, or you go for like simple hands down, simple eyes closed. Or as you find that you explore the cards more, you may find that you want to work more with your Dristi point in any of the more unusual positions and explore that too. At the point of these cards is there an invitation for you to explore and find what's impactful and beneficial. Now, I've done my best researching them to give you a combination of traditional methods as well as some more interesting, quirky things to play with. And yet it's up to you to see what is good for you. You know, there's no breath God that tells you the way you must practice. That would be bizarre.